Hey guys, so this is the W64RGB LED video lights. So these are pretty little unique lights that you can use when you're making a video or technically for any other purposes like photographing, just setting the mood. And what makes these so unique is that they are RGB, which they're multicolored and very versatile for sticking them where you want to make some unique light. So yeah, this is the package that it comes in. They are plastic wrapped. Went ahead and opened this. Let's look at the back. We can see the specifications, the model number, the color, temperature, variation, how many of each kind of LEDs, 22 whites, 23 yellows, and 28 RGB lights. Type C charging port, 6 watts of power. The light beam is 120 degrees, CR rating 95 plus, and it does have a 3.7 volt, 200 milliamp hour battery inside of it that is rechargeable. So yeah, so let's go ahead and see what's inside. We've got a nice little cover and a box that opens up, which contains everything inside. So it looks like we do have a little hello packet. We got an instruction manual, which looks like is multi-language. We got English here on one side. Kind of tells you how to use the whole thing. Going through the different modes. 10 looks like effects also. So yeah, this is how the light is packed. And you guys can see it's quite small. It does come with a USB Type-C charging cable. And this is our light. So it does have a little bit of weight to it. And check it out, it looks really slick. I like how it has round edges, so it's not sharp. It's very convenient and easy to hold in your hand. So this is our front face here, where all the LEDs are behind. And you guys can see that it's kind of like this matte white. This is actually a diffuser, so it makes the light more soft. And it helps it spread it, so whenever you're shining at something, it's not like a hard shadows, but it kind of like spreads it softly. So let's start here from the bottom. We have a mounting point, 1/4 inch looks like, standard. And then we have a cold shoe type mount, where you can slide it and then lock it in into like a camera or anywhere else. And you guys can see we have like a shoe mount here. And on the top, we actually have a cold shoe that you could slide another light or something else like a microphone or anything like that. So, but it's not only on top, it's also on the sides. So you got lots of, you know, mounting with the cold shoe. So that's really cool. So going back to the top here, we can see we got a couple of toggles for controls. Looks like this is dim and then some kind of other controls. And looks like they are clickable and also kind of toggle it up and down or side to side. Same thing for this one, clickable and also side to side looks like. So going to the back, we got a USB Type-C port, our little display, the power button, and I guess this is the branding of the light here with the model number. And you guys will probably see different kind of names on these lights, but what's important is the model number, which should be the same. And down here we have just kind of like a little sticker with the color temperature indicators color you want. So let's say if you wanted more green, you would go to around 120, and then below that to get the greens, and above 120 around 200s to get blues, and then 240s the purple. So yeah, just kind of like an indicator here. So but yeah, pretty simple, nothing too complicated. So let's go ahead and see if it powers on. I wonder if there's a charge. I'll hold the power button and nothing happens, and I think it needs a charge. And this is actually quite common with these lights, because when they manufacture them, they actually keep the battery really low or almost depleted completely, because it actually can sit in the shelf or just sit around the warehouse a lot longer like that than if it was charged. So it's quite important when you first get these that you charge them. So let's go ahead and plug it in, and I'm going to plug in the other side into a power source. And we should start seeing some life here. Interestingly enough, nothing yet. I'm gonna go ahead and open the other one. All right, so same thing here, guys, as we saw. We'll go straight to the light. So it looks like exactly the same as the other one. Let's go ahead and see if we can re-plug to this other one and see if it makes any difference. Okay, so I got the same problem. So I am plugged in into my computer. Maybe there's not enough power to power them up. So I'm gonna change the charger. Try out this MacBook Air charger, which is quite powerful. See if that works. Oh, look at that immediately, guys. So yeah, if you buy these things and they won't come on, try using a more high-powered brick to get them started. I'm gonna hit the power button, and there it goes. It turned on, and you guys can see very nice light here. So it looks like it's at 36% brightness. If you guys can see that or not, maybe it's too bright. And it's at 88K. Let's go ahead and unplug this. Yeah, really nice little display. Shows us the information we need to know. The temperature, the amount of power, 36%, and then our battery life there. So see if we can use the dim toggle. So yeah, I'm changing it to higher. Let's go to 100 real quick and see how bright that is. Okay, that's actually getting really bright. Yeah, that's super bright, guys. So all right, so not to be too overexposed, we'll just go to about 25%. That seems to be about good for this camera here. Yeah, so let's see what the other control does here. Okay, so the other control, we're just controlling the temperature. So it does go to 9K, so it got even more blue. So let's go down all the way to 25, it looks like, and that should be pretty yellow, and it actually is. Not sure how well the camera is going to pick it up, but It's kind of got this really warm light to it. Actually very nice. So normally I use mine at around like 4,000, 45, 44 in that area. So I would say probably about 44. And you guys can see the increments are, it's every 10. So, but yeah, this is about usually what I use. That's nice. Okay, so the power button also goes through the modes. So this is a normal light mode here, and then we got the RGB mode. And again, this side is to change the degrees of the color, and we have this graph here as we talked about earlier. And then this side is the brightness. So I guess we'll leave it at 50 for this so we can see a little better, but you guys can see it goes through the degrees, and as it goes, it changes color. So yeah, depending, you know, what color you need, it's got all of them basically, or this whole spectrum here. All the way to 360 should be. It does take a while to get there, so you got to be a little patient with it. Let's see that. Yep. Then it starts from 0 again, which is red, completely red. So, all right. So let's go to our last mode, which is like scenes looks like. So this is a police scene. Let's make it a little brighter, maybe 50 or something. So this is the police scene. So we're gonna have some blue and some red. Very cool. So let's go to the next one by toggling on this side. So that's number 1 there, and shows a little police car. And number 2 is an ambulance, looks like. So ambulance is blue and white. Not too sure exactly what that one is, but also some kind of emergency vehicle. Maybe a different kind of ambulance with red and white, I guess that's what that is. Okay, now we have lightning, looks like. And there's quite a bit of pause there in between, but it does do lightning. Let's see if they have another one. Okay, so this is fireworks, I guess. According to that little picture, you guys can't even probably see that little picture, but yeah, just changing colors, the different RGBs. Okay, here we got a simulation of a television. So it's kind of just like flickering a bit here and there. All right, let's go through them a little faster here. So we got candle. So candle is kind of like oscillating the warm light here. And then here we have, I guess, just RGB colors changing quickly or sharply. Okay, here we have like a warning, I guess, of some sort, triangle. Okay, so this is gonna like fade in and fade out. So we got a lot more actually, guys. So we got now lightning again. So this is a faster lightning. So that's a little more cooler. Okay, so there's quite a bit more, guys. There's a bunch of them here. In any case, I'm already on 17, so there's all kinds of different modes here. And it looks like this one's going through all the colors very gently. That could be pretty cool, I guess, just to set it up somewhere so it's, you know, slowly changing the RGB color. Yeah, very cool stuff, guys. Okay, so we got just a faster one now. Also just going through the RGB colors. So yeah, very cool. And it looks like 20 was all of them. So you can skip straight from 1 to 20, so that's good. Yeah, very intuitive little light and pretty easy to control.